And those are like
okay.
the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, Fiona, in the work though, there's very even light throughout the room. There's not dramatic shadows or anything cast from them, is there? From the
Yeah.
lights on the wall?
So like we made a decision to light also like these lights on the side, which are the fluorescents. We like left those on because I kind of wanted it to feel like quite bright and obvious. Like not try to like have it like too subtle or like dramatic.
Yes.
It was like, oh yeah, like those are the struts and they're on the ground, and not like, I don't know, just trying to make it look like obvious. Yeah, but yeah. A little bit more brutal, but that's where I'm at the moment. That may change in like a month. I might be like, turn them off. I think it's time. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
The lady at the back. Oh, sorry. Baton runners coming.
Fiona, just a funny little question. On Friday night, when Julie and I were trying to illegally jump over
Yeah.
the group.
Good job.
I tried to push it, by the way. I tried to see if there was possible access. Yeah.
Exactly. And in the process of doing so, I looked down and on that little strut was a little tiny screw.
Yeah.
And I just wondered if that was a comical, jovial little plant
Yeah.
to sort of replicate the fact that you were transposing from big diamond bolts or something and iron to your toxic MDF,
Yeah.
kind of manufactured
Yeah.
light.
I guess maybe like a roundabout way of answering that question is that it's like my favourite part of the work often happens in the last 5% of the work, and like doing things like that, and I really like those kind of playing, like feigning authenticity, and like the way that weathering and aging can just transform an object from like, I guess, like a formal slippery thing to like being very grounded, and like so I think that there's always this like using the material that I'm using to fake something to speak of its own materiality and like speak of its own beingness, but there are actually screws up above as well. So a bit of both. Yeah.
So I might have missed this, but were you constructing those trusses? Did you pour them into boxing, or how did you get those legs?
The what? Sorry?
How did you get those long, straight trusses?
Oh, they're basically just made out of 12mm MDF, joined to make an angle, and then just routed to take the angle off to make it look like steel. So it's just, and then I just staggered the joints. So like a sheet of MDF's like 2.4, and the longest strut is 3. So I just like staggered the joint to get the strength. But it's amazing how strong an angle is if you make an angle out of any material. Like when we were drawing this up, a lot of people basically said, I don't think it's going to stand up. And it was amazing that they're designed to stand up and be strong, and they kind of do.
Because they're made out of sheet steel, aren't they? That have just been
Exactly. So
yes.
So it's like MDF is just, it's like the same principle.
sheet.
Like it can hold up its own weight or something. Yeah.
They're the same proportions, of the ones on the ground as to the ones above.
Yeah. So it's all like, which is, I think they look quite chunky, which is interesting. It's like just changing your perspective on something.
Right.
And realising what a substantial structure suspended above all the galleries. Yeah.
Fiona, do you have any ideal future for your work? I mean, is there a place you would love to see this after it leaves the gallery?
I think this is like this exhibition, this room, this point in history.
Right.
It's like designed for that, and I think that that's totally fine. There are other works that I've made that are living on in collections, and I mean this could live on in this space, but I wouldn't want to like take it out of this building, this work. Yeah. Yeah, I sort of see it as like a performance almost.
See it now while you've got the only chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me that
This is David Mitchell, by the way, is my partner.
I have a hand in the original stuff too.
Yeah.
And what I see is the building taken apart. So in a way, there's a revelation of artifice, the architect's artifice as well as the artist's.
Yeah.
For instance, the lights that shine up there were deliberately put into the original building to avoid melodrama.
Yeah.
In other words, to light the space, not to say, this is art.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of a revelation of that. And I was reminded, I don't know if you've seen it, Fiona, of Shirley Horrocks' film that she made before the building was ever altered, in which, in a different way, there was a kind of revelation of the past. We were walking around, seeing what was going to be useful, and you've just sort of done that again, reused it all. It's really a nice thing to have done.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Thanks heaps, David. I think Rod was telling me about that film. Does it include like a camera following a crack in the floor? Is that?
I probably did. I can't recall
Yeah. Sounds awesome. I've always had a crush on this building.
Yeah. We could do it on the floor too, because because a beam was removed. This is a concrete stripe on the floor. Our posts were removed from below.
Yeah.
And the top surface of the floor was cut into.
Yeah.
And the structure of the beam was enhanced by increasing its depth, and then ground in order to tell you that it had happened, I suppose.
Yeah. No, that's right.
So you never got that too, right?
Yeah. No, it's right. I've been noticing that and thinking about that. And like, I think like the floor's a bit like that as well. It's like letting the building have a voice.
The squeaky floor.
Yes. Yeah, and like the column in the woman's bathroom is like one of my favourite features.